Good evening and welcome to Let's Play Deadlight. So this is a game that I recently picked up on sale on Steam because it looked interesting. It says there's an event in the 1980s that has decimated humanity. It's a zombie platformer game. We're playing as Randall here, who is trying to find his family. So let's jump right in, see what we got. Just like sharks, when they stop moving, they die. That's how you are, Carla. Ooh. Save yourself. Alright, so we're in Seattle. Independence Day, 86. 145 days after patient zero. And after the storm came the calm and silence that make men crazy. So we've got some interesting artwork here to start with. Carla. So who is Carla? She's been bitten everywhere. She knew she shouldn't have gone outside. Killed her? Murdered her? Oh, are they going to kick us out of their group? How many times have we said not to separate from the group? Yep. Ah, so they drew him over with the shot. So we're looking for military shelter. Somewhere around here, a bit more than 5 miles west. Are these guys coming with us, or are we going on our own? Well, Stella, if she's dead, then she's dead. We gotta go. And they're abandoning us? Or no, the ladder fell. Get to the safe point, I'll meet you there. I think the ladder fell. I've gotta find my family, it's the only place they could have gone. Yeah, stay strong, Randy, and good luck. I know you'll find... So that's sounding like they didn't do that on purpose. Not the beginning of anything or the end of something. Just one more day like any other. Alright, so we're separated from our group. The world was dying. We're its survivors. And it's an awfully quiet beginning. There we go.
Good luck, Randy.
Okay, what can I do here? Jump. And some kind of taunt. Okay. Looks like a lock of her hair. Alright.
The body is full of bites and bruises. She's been shot point blank in the head.
Alright. Well, this woman looks like she's moving. We've got nothing to do with her, huh? Okay. Oh, now she's coming for us. What do we got here?
The wood is rotten and the planks are weakened.
So we can push that box on and it'll break through. We just gotta figure out how to get up there. Okay. Ooh. Nope, and there's one behind me. We gotta go.
Seattle's safe point must be the last stronghold in all the Pacific Northwest. Anybody alive must be trying to reach it.
Oh. Yeah, let's read it. July 4th. One of the girls died today. Young Carla died in an abandoned warehouse, and I no longer feel anything for her. I don't feel even a tiny bit. Grief is something that disappears with death. More than 4 months have already gone by since the start of this bloody disease that has destroyed our little world. Everything that we knew in the world is gone. 4 months that changed the rules of nature and human beings. Also 4 months without my wife and daughter. It's hard to keep on going when 4 months seem like 4 years. Harder still to keep hope alive. Doing my best to find them in the only place they could be. Today, even the young people die. And the thing that still puzzles me the most is that some keep living, or whatever they call the condition they're in. We are survivors of a fading world. Well, sometimes I doubt and wonder, are we alive, or are we also dead? 2 days have passed since we entered Seattle looking for our last chance. It's the 4th of July today, special day for Americans. Independence Day, they say. The birth of the nation. How stupid to think about births. No one will celebrate anything today. Man. Well, that's a downer. Hey! We've got all kinds of other pages, too. Well, we should probably... This is going to take a bit. So, May 15th. I never thought that I could do something like this, resorting to a diary to express myself. But come on, what have I got to lose? My name is Randall Wayne. My friends call me Randy. However, I don't know many that call me that. A few days ago, I turned 33. I live in Hope, a small town in British Columbia. We are in a valley surrounded by nature, which is situated in the southwest of this great country called Canada. Here we have everything we need to be happy. If you compare my town to other cities, they're garbage. If I speak about those cities that I see on TV, Hope always seems the best place in the world for a man like me. My work also keeps me happy. I'm a park warden, right here in the mountains. My work requires me to spend a lot of time far from home and to be in direct contact with the trees and the animals. I normally hike up the mountain by myself. Man can trust the mountain. The mountain never disappoints you. I don't need anything else. Sometimes having someone close is dangerous. Ordinary people speak too much and always disappoint you in the end. So he was kind of a pessimist to start. Alright, missing some pages. I lost my sense of direction today in the forest. I was going back and forth from the cabin, but I wasn't able to find the way back. In spite of having the way right in front of me, I couldn't see it. Tomorrow I have to go back. It seems that there are poachers looking for trouble. I hate people that look for trouble, because those who look for it will always find it, although what they find might not be exactly what they expected. In the afternoon, I found a deer which had been run over on the road. It was a strange day. I wonder who this is. One of his family members, I'm assuming. She looks fairly young, maybe a daughter. September 9th. Where have you been hiding, my dear diary? I have my daughter to thank for finding you again. I forgot to write, I know, and already summer has almost gone at a stroke. I like this exercise of writing, opening myself to others, even though nobody will read it. It gives me peace of mind. I feel that I exist. Also, I like to read things like this in the books that I carry to my watches. You never forget the thump, eh? A blow of the very heart. You remember it, you dream of it, you wake up at night and think of it, years after, and go hot and cold all over. J. Conrad. I was the same age as my daughter when my father abandoned my mother and disappeared for good. I think that childhood event really affected me and stayed inside me just like a burn that will always leave a scar on your skin although the wound is closed. A vivid memory of what it became. When you abandon something, it's because you don't want it. I believe so. I will never be like him. I will never abandon those that I love. Between a father and a son, there are big differences. October 2nd. Today I have a headache. Sore bones. The cold weather has begun, and the mountain is getting ready for the new season. I also had a terrible migraine in the afternoon. October 10th. What an obsession. I spent a whole day with numbers in my head. 10 for here, 16 for there, an infinite number of trees that I've counted in the forest. 3 foxes, 1 bear, 10 words said in all day, and 30 times that I've sat down to see the horizon with binoculars. 252 steps from the cabin to the road. 30 steps to go around the cabin. I don't know how many words there are in this diary, but there are many more words that are burning inside me, the words that I don't write. I'm afraid of closing my eyes and dreaming. I'm having this fear of everything coming back again, and the wind of the past hits my back. This loneliness doesn't seem enough, and nor is enough to write on this notebook now. Sometimes I also see what happened if I'm awake. October 15th. What is this a sketch of? Thanksgiving. Today was a day to remember. Oh, it must be Canadian Thanksgiving. In America, it's always in November. I think it's usually towards the specific date varies. It's always on a Thursday near the end of the month. All right, today was a day to remember. My wife made a great stew again. The whole family had dinner in silence, but it was a pleasant silence. It's not always necessary to fill the emptiness with words, right? Instead, Lydia was a bit sad for Nick. She says that he deserved better. Nick deserved better, and I think that we all deserve better. At least Nick's meat was tasty. Typical of kids, the way they insist on personifying the world around them and giving names to everything that they find. I had to break Nick's neck myself with my bare hands. It's not that I'm a coward, but I don't like killing animals with my hands, even less so when it's got a human name. In my job, sometimes I have to sacrifice animals that are sick or that pose a danger to others. I know that all deaths are the same, even if it was a turkey with the name of a used car dealer. Okay, that caught me for a second. Nick's meat was tasty. I thought, oh my gosh, is this some kind of cannibalism? But no, it's a turkey. October 19th. They've sent a message warning the poachers. Ben Parker, an acquaintance of the town, made a phone call to the warden's office. It seems that he saw some hunters in a protected sector. Ben is a good guy. I think he's the only man in the town who I can talk to. I saw him in the mountain, and he's not one to look for trouble. He's often come to see me, and we talk about this and that. He is a man of the world and easy to get along with. On the way back, I came across a van parked at the side of the road. 2 girls were on the shoulder, playing like little kids. Playing and laughing. I've known those idiots for some time. They're always hanging around. The younger one, a tanned and chubby girl, couldn't stop smiling. She didn't say anything special, unlike the other one. They're from Vancouver, and we're looking for plants that help to cure goodness knows what illness. I've warned them. The forest knows how to find its food. It's not safe for girls to go into the forest to pick flowers. Wild animals do their job, just like I do mine. When they were leaving, over the engine sound, I could still hear one of the girls laugh. I hate city people. All kinds of scribbles on the 22nd. Dreams are my reality, and he is afraid of the night. So, it's sounding like before everything went too crazy. Because this doesn't sound, at this point, like there's a zombie outbreak. He's just doing his regular job, but he's already unstable. December 5th. In spite of the migraine, I may still be able to forget everything and be only aware of the good things inside me. When my maternal grandmother, who was already over 80, died, the only person she had beside her was a nurse. The old woman lived alone and died alone. The girl said that before my grandmother died, she lifted her head up off the pillow and looked from one side to the other as if she were trying to find someone, and then she lay down again and died. There is no doubt that a void surrounds me, but I'm also sure that I haven't completely fallen into it. At times, I feel that if I lift up my head, I will be able to cross to the other side. Oh, he's struggling with some serious depression, huh? December 12th. Lydia has all the imagination that her mother lacks. Shannon has been worried and angry for a few days. I can tell that she's upset with me. I know well that I have spent time outside, more than I should have, but in this season and with the chaos of the poachers and the hunting, I couldn't do more for her, nor for us. I know that, and I feel sorry. Oh, Christmas. Don't you like it, Randy? The mountain is beautiful. Merry Christmas. Happy 1986. Okay, so if the outbreak happened in, 85, then this is after that. January 14th. Yesterday I went back to Harry's Corner for the first time in a year. I don't like closed spaces. I was going only to have a beer with Ben and would leave after that. But he was late. The stuffy air of Harry's Corner and all those regulars analyzing each one of my gestures makes me very nervous. I don't like how those guys look at me. I don't like when they speak. I don't like their laughter. I can't hear what they're saying, but I'm sure that they're talking about me. When Ben arrived, he brought some wrinkled clippings from the local newspaper. He remains concerned with the attacks in the forest. What does he want me to say? I can't do anything. But Ben stands his ground because the best we can do is organize for some people of the town to go out to the mountain to chase the bears. He is sure that if we scare off some of them, the people from the city will return, and that the business will return. I told him what I think. The carrion nourishes soil, and even though you can scare off some animals, new ones will come. If you pull out a fang today, a new one, a stronger one, will grow back tomorrow. Nature is like that, and the men who want to control it are like that. February 27th. There's a strange feeling of unrest in the forest. I'm getting it from the trees and animals. What the hell is happening in this world? Altercations with the police in southern Poland? It seems like something serious is happening in Europe, but they're not saying anything. I think they're hiding the worst part. People say that the army is launching chemical agents over a little town. The people are mad, furious. Several cops have died, but the government denies it. It's snowing again today, and the silence here is scary. March 1st. Since that strange dream that I had, it seems like the world is awakening every day with a new revolution. Normally I don't pay too much attention to the news or television, but something serious is happening, that's for sure. Shannon is worried too. She wants us to go to town to buy some supplies. To buy some food. Supplies, she says. She says that she's talked with some neighbors and they're getting prepared. There's been lots of tension that seemed forgotten in Europe. A wave of violence? A new world war? I already said that you can't trust those commies. March 7th. A week has passed since the last time I wrote. I didn't really know quite what to say today. They're talking about an infection. People are getting ill all around the world. They die easily. They're sacrificing animals. Europe is in quarantine and nobody knows what to do. There have already been some confirmed cases on the east coast of the USA. The Prime Minister says that there is nothing to be worried about, but nobody believes him. I forbade my wife from leaving the house. I will take care of everything. March 10th. We had a meeting in the head office. One of the Mountie supervisors has come to visit us and given us some advice, plus information. It seems like it is a rabies epidemic, but the virus has mutated, he says, and like during any other epidemic, we need to take special precaution when dealing with wild animals. In some cases, the deaths and mutilations, like other problems in the forest, have stemmed from them. If a human is attacked, he will present the same symptoms almost immediately. We must raise the alarm about any sighting on the mountain. March 12th. The wave of violence has spread beyond Europe. They say that the hospitals weren't ready for something like this. But what does something like this mean? What are they talking about? About an innocent rabies epidemic? No, I don't believe them. But the lies go further. People on this side of the ocean say that everything is under control. They're talking about more than 300 people being affected. But I don't really know if that word means the dead or the infected. Those bastard politicians, they keep lying. Today a plane crashed in the Gulf of Mexico. Nearly 150 people are missing. And is God considering doing anything? I'm not a religious person, but I know that any wild fox that I protect out there is stronger and fairer than the God that they pray to. I need to go back to the forest, go back to the place where I am who I am and where nothing worries me. March 16th. Nobody walks the streets alone. Everyone goes with somebody else. We can chew the fear like wasted chewing gum that lasts forever. They broadcasted some images on TV. A man entered a bank and without saying anything attacked the workers and customers. He didn't take a single cent. When he went out, the police shot him, but he kept walking towards them without fear. Too much blood on TV these days. March 23rd. Shannon, my wife, is very nervous, but she doesn't want Lydia to know it. We keep her out of it. March 25th. We've lost communication with the outside world. Yesterday I switched on the TV, and they were broadcasting an emergency signal together with an irritating buzz. Also, those cowards in Ottawa are hiding. The radio isn't working either. We can't hear anything. Well, I lied. The local station is working, but they keep putting music on all day long. Nobody speaks. Nobody tells us anything. There's a heavy silence. April 20th. I haven't written anything for quite some time. Our town was overrun. I fought with Ben and the other men, but our barricades were useless, and there was no stopping them. When I got back to the house, Shannon and Lydia had gone just like everyone else. There had been a mass exodus from the town of Hope. Parker and I followed, and since then we haven't separated, even to answer the call of nature. We walked through the forest, fleeing the catastrophe, channeling our remorse, until we reached Vancouver. We thought that in a big city things would be better. That's where we'd find our people. How naive we were. Vancouver is unrecognizable. There's no food, no fuel, no hope. We ran away, taking shelter like animals, barely sleeping. There are hundreds of these things everywhere. Shadows, that's what they've called them since it started. Shadows that live in the darkness, that once had human form, that once belonged to men. Shadows of a life that has ended. Their sinister wails torment us night after night. I think of Shannon and Lydia every second. They're out there somewhere, frightened and on the run. Talk about looking for a needle in a haystack. I miss them so much. April 30th. Today Parker and I discovered a group of survivors. They had been hiding since the city collapsed more than a month ago. Like in Hope, they no longer have water and food. They're scared. They drift around the city suburbs, and for a moment they were about to kill Ben and me. The group is composed of 2 adult males and 2 women. They are armed. One of the men is a cop, but he's very old. The other seems like he's never shot a gun in his life. He looks like a university professor. Redhead, skinny, cannon fodder. The women are twins, young. Oh, so she lost her twin. That's why she was so freaked out. I mean, hard enough to lose a sister, but I can only imagine losing a twin. They are a reflection of each other. It seems that they're not related to the men, but I don't know why the men have been protecting them for such a long time. The old man says that he heard a message on the radio from a crashed police car. The message talks about a city on the other side of the border. He wants us to go south. He already talks about us as if we were a group. We, he says. We must help each other, he says. Ben thinks that it's the best, to all go together, a group, a herd. Tomorrow we'll head to Seattle. There's talk of a safe point, migration. Shannon, Lydia, they're somewhere on that road. May 14th. Surviving is not child's play, particularly when darkness falls. Nights repeat themselves and our travels never begin. We travel slowly, stealing fuel from abandoned cars. Sometimes we come across the shadows, other times we must confront them. We must shoot them in the head, that's all. This is the only advice that God gives us to survive his apocalypse of the dead that wake up and walk. But if it's true that they are not alive, why do they need to feed on us? Now the nightmare doesn't end at sunrise. We woke up at dawn in an abandoned barn next to the survivor group from Seattle, together with Ben. The twins were not sleeping this time. No, instead they were screaming. They were screaming outside. The university professor was outside for his watch. The university professor had been attacked while he was watching over us. A bite on his arm. He was bleeding. We had to clean up the area. Later, the redhead guy, the damn university professor, bled to death in front of us, and he stopped breathing. We all knew what was going to happen next. Every single one of us. I had to sacrifice him. June 7th. Lydia, Shannon, names that I can't forget. My head is divided into thousands of fragments, little pieces of smashed crystals, ground sugar, interrupted words, a puzzle that I can't solve anymore. There is no future. These are the days without any tomorrows. July 1st. When I was younger, I could remember everything. Things that happened and that did not happen. Now I have to look through these pages if I want to find my memory. We can see the city from far away, and everything we heard about it seems true. Seattle is a ghost city. You'll never find a place that's nice and peaceful because there isn't any. It didn't exist before, and even less so now. You can deceive yourself like this professor. You may think there is, but once you get there, when you're not looking, somebody'll sneak up and write "fuck you" right under your nose. July 4th. Okay, and then we read this. One of the girls died today, and that is the whole thing. All right. Okay, so now we've got a lot more background on Randy. Let's jump this. Ooh! Okay, go for it. Hold E. Yeah, push it. There we go. This is going to work out well, I think. Take that, fellas. Bam! So if I jump this way... Oh, yeah. You too. Ha! Alright, we lured them all into the pit. Fantastic. Oh, and then it looks like there's one up here. Oh, it's just a dead person. ID of a stranger. His name is R.T. Chase. Okay. We don't want to go down where we dropped all of them, do we? Ooh! I have a terrible feeling that we do. Yeah, I think we have to. Well... Take it nice and easy, because there's a bunch of them down here. Oh, that wasn't nice and easy at all. Okay, looks like the impact took them out, so that's something. Okay, we can go in that direction. Anything over here? No, it doesn't look like. Okay. A bit closer. There we go. Come on up. Oh, I see. Bam. Alright. Before we go up there, can we get anywhere in here? No? Okay. It looked almost like we could crawl in, but I guess not. Look at those ones. Their eyes are all red. They're coming after us. Can they climb ladders? Hope not. Well, I guess we're not checking the other side of that. Okay. Okay. Oh, I was sprinting! No, I was holding the wrong bumper. Oh, come on. Oh, Lavinia, remember your rights in their lives. Good grief. There we go.
Ben and the others made it out. They deserve better than this world.
Oh, that must be them taking off there. So, we will just hope to meet them further down the road. Oh, yeah, come over here, guys. It's a great idea. Fantastic. Oh, hey, get down. Yeah. Okay, and I guess over this fence. Sinners. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna follow that arrow because it doesn't look like we can get this way, so... Oh, sprint. Rawr. Oh, and there's the autosave. So maintenance tunnel I-5. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and stop here. I'm going to wind the episode down. If you've enjoyed this, please feel free to like and subscribe. Come back next time. We'll continue Randall's adventures, see if he can meet up with his group, and more importantly, see if he can find Shannon and Lydia.